Happy Wednesday, church. Just excited to introduce a very special video that we're going to play tonight as part of our Impact News because we want to inform you of something very special. There's one of our former Queen students who's still at our church, Emily, that's been with us for a number of years now, and she has an incredible opportunity that God has been presenting to her over the last several months, and I wanted to just give you the opportunity to find out a little bit more about it. So here is Emily to share a little bit more about this special opportunity.
It has always been my heart and my joy to invite other people to encounter God's presence through worship. And in 2017, I felt God prompting me to start up a worship ministry on Queen's campus. 2 days later, my friend Zach reached out and asked if I would partner with him and start up House of Worship in Kingston and become House of Worship Kingston. But House of Worship didn't look to become a worship ministry right away. It started in 2014 as students gathered together just to worship God in their apartment because all they desired was to dwell with him and give him all the praise and all of the glory. But they realized that God was doing something big when they could no longer cram any more students into their apartment, when they could no longer fit people into a church sanctuary, and when hundreds of people gathered with them at the top of Mount Royal and declared God's glory and praise over Montreal. God is doing something big. And as House of Worship began to grow, they realized they could no longer be called House of Worship Montreal, but they became House of Worship Ministries. At one of the worship nights that I had the joy to become a part of, we just asked people to come, and we asked our friends to invite non-Christians, as House of Worship always does. And after I had finished speaking and we had gone back into praise, 2 men approached me. And they told me that they had left the Muslim faith a year ago and had been seeking. And they said to me, "There is something about this place. There is something about the way you worship your God." And we could physically see and feel this presence. And then you spoke. And you said the words and the message we needed to hear. We need this Jesus you speak of. God is doing incredible things as House of Worship Ministries continues to grow. And I am so excited as our cities continue to seek after God's face and how we can grow our ministry to chase after his people and see his kingdom come. I am so excited because after the past 2 years, I have had the opportunity to act as a volunteer staff with House of Worship Ministries. And now, God has provided a beautiful opportunity for me to step into full-time staff with House of Worship Ministries as their first ever community coordinator. I am so excited because my job is literally getting to serve other people. I will be serving the city leaders and their teams. I will be looking to build up and equip young worshipers and young worship leaders as they step into all that God has for them. I will be doing discipleship and also to be helping to prepare and plan missions trips and future events. This job and position looks to seek and serve, and I have no greater joy than this. Now, there are incredible ways for you to partner with me in what God is doing. And I pray that you are just as excited as I am, because I cannot wait to see what God is going to do in our cities and in this nation, and also across the globe. The 3 different ways that you can partner and invest into God's kingdom with House of Worship Ministries is first through financial partnership. I will be moving to Montreal and hoping to start in September. And before I can do so, I need people to partner with me financially in monthly donations or however you feel God calling you to give. The second is to just share the vision and the mission of House of Worship Montreal. And what is that? The mission of House of Worship Montreal is to have other people together through worship and the arts encounter, dwell in, and be changed by God's presence. And our vision is that every person would learn to live a life of worship. And the third way that you can partner with me is through prayer. To partner with us and be praying for the ministry, to hear the updates of the cities, and to know what God is doing in this ministry. I will be sending out monthly letters and prayer requests. And I am excited for how you will join and partner with me in what God is doing. If you want to know anything more, please do not hesitate to contact me I would love to tell you all the stories of what is happening in our cities. So thank you, and God bless.
Wow, that's awesome. And we are so excited as a church family to hear what God is doing and how God is directing your life. While we don't like the idea of you leaving Kingston to head to Montreal, we know God is all over this, and we just want to say we are cheerleading you on into the plan and purpose of God for your life. Church, if you want to find out more information, just click on the link in Impact News tonight to email Emily directly and find out all the information you want to find out. But let's be praying. Let's be praying about how we can financially support her, and let's support her as she is tracking with the plan and purpose of God for her life.